So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I think about is what needs to happen. I start off the morning by figuring out what we're going to produce, and then I do a recap of what happened the day before. Oftentimes I've got a sleeping daughter right next to me working on a laptop in the morning. And when I get down to the bar, it's usually about 9 a.m. My name is Ben Yankton, and I'm the owner-operator at Ben's Brewing Company in Yankton, South Dakota. I've always been kind of obsessed with the idea of owning my own business, and I'm fascinated by others who are too. Well, what's not to like about beer? And to be able to produce something that's fresh and local is really cool. I didn't grow up with the idea that manufacturing was what I wanted to do, but this is small-scale manufacturing, and I've really fallen in love with the process. Brewing really is a catalyst for a lot of community. We are operating in an 1880s building, which means that all of our ingredients, come in on pallets and they have to be hand cranked down on a lift. It's not very convenient, but we've decided, do we want to have beer or do we not want to have beer? And so we're producing the best that we can out of a basement in South Dakota. The product, while it's got to be perfect, is secondary. Really what we're selling is community. But more than anything, I think it is that we are generating positive content about this town all the time. So one of my loves is I say I love Yankton, and so our branding promotes Yankton. Westside Park is one of our iconic parks in town. All the things that we do are coming back to focus on Yankton. So Westside Park is the first beer we've ever brewed, and it is Yankton because it's got a little bit of old and a little bit of new built into it, so both communities can just really rally around it. When I brewed beer previously, it was 2007 to 2009, and at that point I was a young guy and I just had the idea that why couldn't I do it? And so I just gave it a shot. I found somebody's use system, I made it work with the space, and we produced okay beer. But when I brought it back, I knew that I wanted it to be perfect. It is definitely both science and art in creating a beer, because the science, it's microbiology, there's no doubt about it, but what gets people coming back is the sizzle, not the steak, right? I fell in love with the city, but I also found the people here to be it was just different than the rest of South Dakota, and there was something about it that made me want to stay. And I feel like the most important thing I can do is to help build a business in this community.